Good morning from the Winkler's Homestead. We are in the back and we are tapping maple trees for syrup. Yum, yum. Hi, Dad. Have a good day at work. Well, I think he'd rather be home with us. There it goes, Dad. We got obnoxious puppies and chickens that are ready to be fed this morning. We already have one out?
Yeah.
Boy, they can't wait to be free-range chickens. Good morning, Tony. Let's find buckets, boys.
Yeah!
Do you see the hole from last year?
I think this one.
Okay, yeah, there's one. So the drill battery had it, I think, just about. So we're gonna hope that it'll last a little longer. If you look up this hole, it goes in at an angle. It's better to be south facing, so we're gonna do another one on the other side. But if you see the root down here, it's always better to be above a root, and you want to be about a foot from any old holes. So if you look over, where was that one Gabriel had? Here it is. This is an old hole from last year. So
That's an old hole.
well, that's a really old one if that's a hole. So this is a last year hole, and you got to get a good distance away. These are the handy tools of a sugar sap. There's an old hole there. So we're gonna go a little higher on this one so we can try to get, and you can see it's going in at an angle. There it goes. Will it last? There we go. Let's see if we can get it out. This is the bad part, getting it back out. It's because it's got so much gunk in it, I think. So we actually have, what I'm gonna have to do though is leave a couple of jugs, because these are the old-fashioned spiles. These old-fashioned spiles like this here. And they'll go in the tree. But I forgot to bring a hammer, so I'll have to go get a hammer and some wire. And what they'll do is these are just distilled water jugs, drip out into that. I'll wire it on with a handle, and it'll drip right into that. And every day we'll just come check and empty it out. So here we are in the back, and we've got, if you look here, when we first started this, we marked all of the trees with a little bit of gray spray paint. Something not too noticeable, just enough so that we could remember which ones were maple trees when they lost all of their leaves. So I'm gonna tap this tree, and that tree, and there's a couple more big ones over there. We'll hold about 3 taps. They're pretty good sized trees, and they're still pretty healthy. They heal over, and
We get to go.
trees are pretty resilient, a lot more resilient than people realize. We need a new drill. You can hear it winding down. It's not quite deep enough. So these are really not made for this, but this is what I could find. This is some wire. I'm gonna clip a little of it off. Okay, will you hold this extra piece, and will you hand me a spile?
What's the fire?
The silver ones.
I can't get it out.
Alright, so You don't want to tap too hard. A rubber mallet would be better because you don't want to tear your spiles up. You can reuse these every year, obviously.
How can I make that? There's a hole from this here.
Yep. Okay, so it's really hard to see, but there is sap starting to come around through here. So that tells me that I've definitely hit the sap spot, although I did mess this spile up a little bit. Hopefully I can straighten it out later. So now I'm just going to take, let me adjust please. You may know where I put my short piece of wire.
No.
No, there it is here. I'm going to take this jug and put it
Around those
on
holes.
here. I'm going to put the wire through here like this.
We have to check it every day.
Yep, we'll have to check it every day. You want it kind of snug. Now, I'm going to warn you, when it starts warming up, we do get bugs in the sap. You strain those out before you cook it. It's really not a big deal.
No, it's the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. All right.
I'm going to check it tomorrow.
I'll check it a little bit this afternoon just to see how they're doing. This one's going in so much easier. I need bigger hands.
Like Dad.
Yes, like daddy hands, so that I can get my hand around it without having to use two hands.
Have a wire?
No, you can't have a wire.
I mean, I want to hold it.
Oh, the sun beating on this. I'm sure hoping that this afternoon there'll be a little sap. It won't be enough to do anything with. It takes.
Look! See? A big puzzle.
Oh yeah. It takes 40 gallons of sap from a maple tree to make 1 gallon of maple
Is
syrup.
that all maple inside that
And
big
sometimes it can take up to 80 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So it's a process. It's better than anything store-bought.